So I've had experience of different coaches, and I think there's no one like him.
We're here with Lady Topper head coach Greg Collins. Now, Greg, you guys had a big offseason. You guys made a lot of big moves, and kind of with the downside of last season, there was a lot of moves that you feel like had to be made, I'm sure. What goals did you have going into the offseason? Do you feel like you met those goals?
Well, yes, and the goals really started before we kind of got finished with the season last year, and we were still being competitive, but we were losing. We had leads and we were losing games. Mainly, we were just getting out rebounded every game, and we really just needed to increase two things. We needed size and we needed depth, and so we really focused on making sure we made those roster adjustments to add depth and to add size, and I feel like we did that. You know, everybody that we signed except for one was over 6 foot, and that's been a huge change on it. You can see this year the defensive disruption is still there, but now, you know, if you're 5'7" boxing out 6'4", you're going to lose a lot of battles. But now if you're 6'1" boxing out 6'4", you're right there, and so that gives us a chance, and we've been able to win some rebounding battles.
Now, I know a big part of that has been Zofia. She's been one of those big playmakers. I feel like she's just come in, kind of fit right into that mold. What's it been like, you know, kind of getting her into this system, and what's it been like for you watching her grow in practice?
Well, and she's continued to learn and grow, and she's a very high IQ player, very skilled player, but she didn't play a lot of minutes at Kansas. So in some ways, this is almost like her freshman season on the court, and it's not any different than a lot of the other players. Like, we're all trying to make sure that we're kind of growing together on the court and trying to get some of that experience. But we've got a bunch of young ladies that just didn't get a whole lot of significant minutes where they were prior. And so, but Zoe's just a high IQ player. You know, her brother's an Olympic athlete, swam in his 3rd Olympics this
past. Oh my gosh,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
And so her grandfather was on the Hungarian national team, basketball national team. Wow. And so she comes from a family that obviously understands about winning at a high level and has those expectations. And Zoe's no different. You know, she just works hard, has a great skill set. There's still things that she's learning and growing, and I think she's not even close to her ceiling yet.
Now, you obviously talked about bringing in a lot of those athletes. You brought on Tara Johns as well in that assistant coaching role. Former Lady Topper. What kind of went into that decision? Like, how did you guys come to signing her on?
Yeah, well, you know, Coach Ivy Brown, Coach Ivy Woodcock, you know, became a mom, and so wanted to be a mom, and so we kind of started that search, trying to find the right fit. And Tara's name came up, and that was just a no-brainer. She knows what it means to be on the Hill and be part of Lady Topper basketball. And then she also had the experience at the junior college level and at South Florida, so she was really ready for this kind of, and she's been a huge addition both on the court in practice, but also she's going to make even more of an impact in recruiting in this upcoming year.
Nice. And we talked about, you know, you're building all this connection, you're continuing to build this community, and you've continued to press into the fact that this team just gets along together so well, that there's such a good dynamic and a good connection. And a lot of the players, I think Destiny has talked about it a couple times, and even Alexis has talked about you being a big father figure almost to them, like that energy. You kind of bring that. Do you kind of resonate with that?
They get grounded a lot, let's put it that way. You know, but interesting enough, on the way in here to do this today, beforehand, I sent Des a text. All right, I got the cone for Rilo. She has a little dog. She texted me last night that he had injured his paw and what to do, and so I have a cone for my dog, and so that's the kind of stuff. You never know whether it's you know, Maya Pratcher had a problem with her car last week, so it's always stuff like that. I spent yesterday with Tatum Betcher at the doctor's appointments and stuff, and so those things are just as, if not more important than the things you teach them on the court, are the things that you teach and spend time with them off the court.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for sitting down with us, and hopefully we talk to you again soon. I always appreciate being able to sit down with you, and hopefully wish you luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Cool. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.